Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 of Farming Simulator 2013 with yours truly, Inzainia. We are playing the titanium expansion, and I don't know why I drove this up here. Basically what I need to do is hit this button, not that one, and I need to come by a regular front end mower, hit buy. Then what I need to do is go into this and go to vehicles. First set my time to real time. I like playing in real time. I don't know about everybody else. Now this I have to use the mouse for because I haven't figured out a way to do it with the controller. But we'll reset that one, and we'll reset that one. They'll both appear back here at the house. And now I want to set the missions to every 2 minutes. And what this episode's going to be is a lot of me talking, a lot of cutting grass, and if I don't get a bunch of missions, then cutting missions, then what I'll do is I'll pause the recording and I'll go do a bunch of them off the camera so that I end up with some money. Because the very first thing you want to buy, there's two things, but the very first thing that you want to get is the I think it's a 6-meter cultivator, because that first little cultivator is just terrible. But like I said, it all depends on how you want to start. That's the first farming implement you want to buy, is the cultivator, possibly another tractor. It's good to have 3 tractors. Actually, it's good to have 4, but at the early parts of the game, when everything's so expensive, it's good to have 3 tractors. One tractor to run the cultivator, another tractor for you to unload, or for you to run the seeder if necessary, or sprayer. Basically, a working tractor for a worker to do something, a tractor for you to drive, and then a tractor parked at one of the 2 cutting places so that you can use it to cut grass. Now, if you get a lot of grass missions and you can get up and get, a second extra mower, then by all means, go for it. Get an extra mower and then have 2 of them cutting grass, because it's a lot of money. And that's a luxury more than it is a necessity. Having 2, you can always drive. You can always drive from one field to the other and cut them. So it's not a necessity per se, as much as getting the 7 or the 6-meter cultivator, or getting one of the big seeders. I like the jump. There it is, right there. In fact, except. There's our first grass cutting mission. Let me go down here. Hurry, hurry, hurry. If he's unloading when he hits the end before he turns, he'll finish unloading all of the way before he turns. Alright, so we're going to park him here. We're going to jump in this guy. We'll run around here and grab these 2 implements. And I know which one we got to cut, so I can take that off. Alright, that's Boogie. We're going to head down to the vacant lot. I'm pretty sure that's the one that they want. Shown, yep, the buyer. There's 3 places that I've been asked to cut. The baseball field, which is just north of 11. The vacant lot, which is right there a little bit higher up and to the left of 6. And then if you look, and you'll see the green trailer circle just up the top of 13. That's where the other one is. It's at the old movie theater, which it's in that blackish area just north of the green circle. And they were the only 2 places that I've been asked to cut so far. Now that don't mean that that's all there is, but them are the 3 that I've been asked. Now when I get the one for the movie theater, I typically skip it, because you only make like 5,000 plus a 4,000 bonus. It's really not worth stopping to go all the way there when you can just wait 2 more minutes and more than likely get a mission to go do the baseball field or the other. Now granted, you can go an hour and only get forklift missions, but it's very uncommon. I tend to get these grass ones probably, I don't know, 1 out of every 3 missions, if not more. So it's not so bad. And I've been down here a few times, so it's just right up here on the left. Alright, let's switch to the back. We're going to lower it. That car is right in my way. And we'll turn it on. And our time don't start until you actually run on the lot. There it goes. Alright. And you can do this however you want to. This is just how I do it. And I'm running on whatever speed B is. Y or right bumper in B, which I think is speed 2. And you ain't got to get every little bit of it. In fact, I'm probably getting even more than I have to. You'll eventually get so much. It counts how much grass you cut. And once you've met the quota of how much grass has to be cut on this field in order for the mission to complete, it'll stop. Which I'm getting real close to it now. There it is. See all that extra that I didn't cut? Now what I'll do is I'll drive right over here and then just switch. And then I'll leave him parked there. Ain't no sense in dragging him all the way back. Now we'll just wait, and that gave me a bunch of money. I think that one totals out over 17,000, a little over 17K. And I'll just sit here and do this. This is what I do for about the first 2 hours of gameplay. Just unload this guy, cut fields whenever I get the option, and then unload and come back and rinse and repeat until this field's done. And then when this field's done, I'll take this tractor, I'll start cultivating with it, even if I've still only got the 3 meter one. Go ahead and cultivate it. There's no sense in not. And then I'll keep going until I can buy another tractor. As soon as I can buy another tractor, then I'll have a working tractor, which will be the one that I'm driving now. I'll have my cutting tractor, which is out there ready to cut. And then the new one that I buy, I'll probably do the 130. Get one of the 130 ones. The one that's got the, looks like a John Deere, but it's not. You know, the real bright green one with the white top. It's the one that I did most of my videos in. I just really like that tractor. There are better tractors, and they are, you know, increasingly more expensive. But for overall, my working, running around and whatnot, that's the tractor I like to use. It's a little bit where the steering, see how this one's real easy to steer, real easy to drive? Oh, looky there, already another one. Same lot too, beautiful. The other green tractor that I'm talking about, which you'll see because I'll have one in the next video. Because I'll keep cutting grass until I get one. Now all I got to do is switch between the 2 headers, or the 2 mower implements, start them up, turn them on basically. They're already lowered and unfolded and all that, and just start mowing. Now what I like to do sometimes when there's a lot of traffic like right now, is I'll go around the outside here, just to narrow that margin. Now I don't have to go all the way onto the road back there. And sometimes I'll do this side too. Just depends. And again, I'm missing that little bit right there. You'll see every time on the bottom right. It don't matter. Just cutting grass. Something I shouldn't do. If I didn't live in an apartment complex, I probably would be. Thank God for some small, things. All right, done. So we got 9, 10, 17,220. So we're already about a fifth of the way to get our tractor, which is not bad at all. If I hurry up, I can catch that guy before he stops. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Nope, I didn't make it. Now, granted, I could always go to the bank and take out a $100,000 loan, but I find it better to not do that unless you have to, because at $100,000, which is the loan that you start at usually, you already are paying them $240 a day. To take out that extra $100,000 is it's going to bring it up to a little over $500 a day, and I'm talking about your loan payment. Let's see, I haven't had a full day yet, so I haven't paid any. Yeah, it won't show until tomorrow. But hopefully we'll keep getting cutting missions, and we can keep on cutting. Now you can go into the shop and it doesn't pause the game. That's one cool thing about this I like. So you can kind of figure out what you're going to get. Here, I'll show you the actual tractor. There we go. It's the Dukes right there, the 430. That's the one that I want. Now, a lot of people ask me in my videos, what's the difference between that and the care wheels? In this game, absolutely nothing. They handle the same, they drive the same, they go the same speeds. There's absolutely no difference. In real life, those wheels are narrower, they're better on the fields. They don't cause as much damage when you're driving in between the rows and cultivating and pulling things and whatever, doing work in the field, spraying, etc. Those do less damage to the field. These kind of wheels have a tendency of causing putting more of a footprint per se. A lot of people ask also about these. You got the Case Quad Track and you got Steiger. What's the difference between these? Same thing. The Quad Tracks are better for the field. They have a flatter, it's a bigger, weight per square inch ratio than a wheel-based vehicle does. So these will do less damage. These will do more damage. But in this game, again, there's not that big a difference. The one thing you will notice with the quad tracks in this game is that not the tractors so much, but the combine. There's a quad track. Ooh, job. There's a quad track combine that it harvests slower, and it's the same one. It's a Case IH. It's like a 9240 or 9230 or something similar along those lines. And it's the wheeled one is great. The wheeled one's awesome. But if you buy the quad track, you harvest at about 3 or 4 miles an hour. Now at top speeds running on flat surface, it will get up to about 5 miles an hour, but never faster while harvesting with a worker. Now as you'll notice, this red FAR, this very first harvester that you ever get, combine you ever get, he'll get up to 6 or 7 miles an hour. He's going 6 already. So he'll do between 6 and 7. Now the wheeled Case will do 6 miles an hour. That's what it does. Same as that one. It'll do 6 miles. Let's go to the, we got a cut. Same field too. Awesome. So we're going to cut some grass. Summer jobs suck, don't they? Well, it don't matter how you cut it. I mean, you can do, I used to literally go in circles. I would do that whole, like you did if you cut a yard, how you kind of do that whole circle thing around. Like that, and keep going. And it works. But you miss a lot. I mean, not miss a lot, but you overcut a lot when you do it that way. Like this way I can pretty much force my tractor to be cutting, all three blades to be cutting everything that they can. Or pretty close to it at least. That's to where when you do it the other way, you end up missing some. But there, see, we're already at the 50K, 55,000. We still got half a field to harvest. Yeah, approximately half a field. Now you start the game with 8,000 in all of your things. So we're at about 18,000, or about 12,000 rather. 12,000, 13, 14, 15, because I got 3,000 in the trailer. So about, like I said, each field's between 30 and 50,000. Now granted, this first field, you don't get it like you sprayed it. So this is the worst harvest you can get on this field. It's what you get this first time. Next time we will have a sprayer, and with the sprayer we will increase the yield. You get more. It jumps from about 32 or 33,000 to a little over 50K. Now granted, these are numbers that I'm pulling right out of my head just from playing the last few days and what I've noticed. So don't take any of these numbers to be exact. You won't get exactly 50K or 52 or 32, or it's just an average. Like this first field, I'll get a little over 30,000. Once I spray it and then plant, if I planted the same thing, wheat, I would get about 50,000. So you get about a 40% yield increase just by spraying, fertilizing, manuring, whatever. You know, whatever you want to do to your field, however you want to treat it to fertilize it. And there are all three or four different ways to do it, or at least they're, you know, that's the typical. You can use slurry vehicles, you can use fertilizing vehicles, manure vehicles. Look at that, they're ball field. So we'll go do that while we're talking. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways. Let's pick that one up. Switch to the front, pick that one up. Whoops. All these cars, man, they drive me crazy. Get all up in business. Get all in the way. But there's multiple ways to fertilize. I mean, you can make your own fertilizer if you got cows. You can buy it, or you can use the sprayers, which I do. I use the sprayers. I'm lazy about it. I will eventually build up dairy and all that other good stuff and, you know, have the ability to do it, but I'll never do it. I mean, when you can buy a sprayer that does, I think it's 40 meters in width, you can literally spray a field in 2 passes versus, I think, 18 or 16 is the highest width. It's nowhere near as much for the other types of fertilizing. Nowhere near as quick. And as far as I know, now I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I know, there's absolutely no difference in yield. Now I do know that when I was doing my videos back in the day, I used the different fertilizers on a field that I planted and checked the yields, and all of the yields were the same. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was wheat that I used, and it was all at approximately $50,000 per harvest, no matter which of the ones that you used. But I do not know if they've changed anything since then, if they've deemed that one gives more or anything like that. I have no idea. I just know that back then it didn't make a difference what you used. The only difference was how much it cost to do it. To spray a field, it works out that field 16, it's about $250 per spraying, because you can fill your tanks with a little over $500 for using a sprayer, and you can spray that field twice with it if you don't overspray too much. And you can spray it twice, and I'll have about, I don't know, I'll have about 7 or 8% left over, and it works really well. I mean, if you're like me and you're using drivers and all workers rather and all that other good stuff, nah. You take that out of your potential gain off the field. You figure you get wheat, 50,000 units. If they're selling for a little over 500, which is the typical 500 to 700, you're going to make about 25,000 off the field. Usually you make a little more. Usually, no matter what you grow, you typically, if selling at normal. Now what we'll do is move him out of the way. That way he's off the field. There. I mean, typically you'll make between $30,000 and $40,000 a field for this field per harvest, no matter what you grow on it. Because if you grow canola on it, which sells for the most, it ends up you yield less. And I'm not sure if the combine plays a role in how much you yield also. I know that I was yielding, well, we'll find out. We'll find out, because I'll regrow this field, and I'll regrow it in wheat this first time. Why ain't you moving? Oh, he's not empty. Yeah, he won't move until he's empty, by the way. If he stops, once he stops, oh, yes, he will. Call me a liar. They don't normally. The Xbox version, they won't, or they didn't seem to. I had a guy sit out there. I got some of it, went all the way and dumped what I had, and came back to finish unloading. He was still sitting there. I don't know. Let's go ahead and jump in this guy, though, and go empty him out completely. Cause, no, that's why. My trailer's full. Duh. Maybe they'll keep going if your trailer's full. But no, that's what I was just saying. In the Xbox, my trailer filled up. I came all the way over here and dumped it, went all the way back, and he was still sitting there with the pipe out, waiting to unload. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I generally try not to let him have to stop, but you know, you get, oh, look at that, another one at the baseball field. The money just rolling in. So let's go empty that guy, or empty him one more time, just so that I'm sure that he'll keep going while I'm cutting the field, because the field will stay for a while. I'm not sure how long it is real time, but it'll stay for a while. Now I know that the speed of your game time, that 918, has absolutely nothing to do with it, because I've had it going at 120 and let a mission fail, and it was the same amount of time that it failed when I just had it 1x. Eventually it will fail, but it's like a half hour or so real time that you have to get out there and get it cut. So there's really no big, hurry. At least not on the Xbox version. That's what I've been playing the last few days. So the comparisons that I make are mostly based off of it. So I'm going to let this guy empty out completely. And then I'm just going to sit here. In fact, I can go now. We'll go with that. That. We'll start mowing this field, make some money. Like about 25 grand. It's going to put us over 100. We only need like 2 more fields. We get 2 more fields done and we'll be able to buy that tractor. And that's probably at that point, and by the time we finish this one, it'll be the end of this episode. So I'll cut some off camera. That way the only thing we're doing is cutting fields. And then I'll start recording again. Basically, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. So you're not going to miss anything. I won't buy anything. I'll just keep going like I'm going and make the money. And I might do it for about an hour, just to save you guys from having to watch me cut grass for an hour. And then we'll come back, we'll get that tractor. I'll get the I'll earn enough to get the tractor and the first cultivator at least. And then I'll probably, you know, hopefully get a great demand. But I'm gonna have to put the time up some, because if you set the time at real time, I think you only get, oops, wrong button. You only get one great demand like every 24 hours or so, or however long. I'm not sure. I know that they're far and few in between though. That I'm certain of. I played for 3 days, and a lot of this was played at 1x. I'm gonna change it up to 5x. In fact, let's do it now. That's what the game starts you at. We'll leave it at 5x. There it goes. Alright, let's play around here for a minute while we got just a minute. Get out of there. Let's find out what these buttons are. What's A? A is about 13 miles an hour. B, B is definitely faster than that. $19. All right, what is X? So X must be 1, A must be 2, B must be 3, and Y must be, Y is cruising, cutting speed. Yep. So in order of slowness, it's X, then A, then B, with Y being harvesting speed. Okay. So that will tell me that X is 1, A is 2, and B is 3. Good to go. Alright guys, that's the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one where we're going to continue on. Have a great day.